On a chilly winter morning, in a tiny village far from busy cities, a little girl named Aisha stood outside a small broken house. She hugged her schoolbooks tightly, even though she knew her family could barely afford food, let alone education. But Aisha had a dream much bigger than her circumstances. While other children played freely, Aisha spent her afternoons studying under the streetlight because her home had no electricity. People laughed at her. Some said, "A poor girl can never become a doctor." But Aisha believed otherwise. She believed that kindness and hard work could change everything. One day, while walking back from school, she saw an old man collapse by the roadside. Without hesitation, she rushed to him. She didn't know much, but she knew enough to help. She called neighbors, stayed beside him, comforted him until help arrived. That day, something awakened inside her, a realization that healing people was not just her dream, it was her purpose. Years passed. Aisha studied under impossible conditions: rain, hunger, darkness, and endless struggles. Her mother worked day and night as a cleaner, her hands rough, her feet tired, but her heart full of hope for her daughter. Sometimes, they could barely afford a single meal. And yet, Aisha never stopped. Then came the day of the big scholarship exam. Aisha walked into the hall with trembling hands but a brave heart. Everyone around her wore new uniforms and had fancy books. Aisha had none of that, only determination. When results came, she didn't believe her eyes. She had topped the entire district. Her life was about to change forever. Medical college brought new challenges, long nights, difficult classes, and students who came from wealthy families. Some ignored her, others mocked her old shoes and secondhand notes. But Aisha stayed kind. She helped anyone who needed her. She volunteered at free clinics, comforting patients who couldn't afford treatment, because she had once been one of them. One stormy night, while working at the clinic, a familiar old man was rushed in, weak, breathless, fighting for his life. Aisha froze for a moment. It was the same man she had helped years ago on the roadside. Now he needed her again, but this time, she was no longer a helpless girl. She was a doctor in training, ready to save him. With steady hands and a heart full of compassion, Aisha treated him through the night. And by morning, he opened his eyes. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he realized who she was. He held her hand and whispered, "You saved me twice, once with your kindness, and once with your knowledge." Aisha finally graduated as a doctor, the first girl from her village to achieve it. People who once doubted her now told her story with pride. Her mother's eyes shined brighter than ever, filled with joy, relief, and love. And as Aisha opened the doors to her own small clinic, she promised one thing: no poor person would ever be turned away. Because she knew the pain of being helpless, and the power of a single act of kindness.